at NAAMSA AutoWeek, and I'm joined by Tato Mogasa, who is the CEO of Mitsubishi South Africa. You're also the Vice President of NAAMSA, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Okay, Tato, we're talking Mitsubishi right now because we've been concentrating on heritage of brands in South Africa. Obviously, Mitsubishi hasn't been around as long as some other brands. When did you come into South Africa?
So Mitsubishi has as rich a heritage in South Africa as many other brands. If you think about your yesteryear Mitsubishis that have been sold in South Africa, in fact, historically we used to be counted amongst those that manufactured in South Africa. If you think of Colt with Daimler back in the day.
Yeah?
And when business models transitioned and we moved to fully imported vehicles coming in, we then had the Triton that we launched in South Africa.
Yeah.
Still same DNA though.
Yes.
Of robustness, quality
Right.
in our vehicles. We've got many familiar nameplates within the South African consumers' minds, some of which stronger than the Mitsubishi name itself, like the name of Pajero,
Yeah.
which is known as probably our flagship vehicle in terms of 4x4 Pro Race. On the other side of that, we were also known for rally Dakars,
The
having
Impreza.
been a 12-time Dakar winner, and also you remember your Evo 10 as well. That had a phase in which we were known quite for those four-wheel drive sports cars that we used to launch as well. So when you talk about nameplates that really resonate with South African consumers, I think we've got quite a bit in which we can showcase of our history in South Africa as well. And looking forward, we're quite excited into how the brand is evolving with new nameplates also being launched.
Well, let's just go back though quickly. I mean, you mentioned now the Colt was legend in South Africa. It was a big name. You changed to Triton down the line, but the same product as such and the same, as you said, DNA.
Yeah.
And it really is a solid bucky. You're about to launch the new one, eh?
Correct. So
Yeah.
in November 2024
Yeah?
will be the launch of the new Triton, next gen Triton.
Yeah?
We're quite excited about that particular launch. I think when we look at where we're going, it's certainly a big step up from where we've been, from a product perspective as
Okay.
well, not only from design but also capabilities as well of the vehicle. And so we're looking forward to introducing that to South African consumers in November. And of course, as we look to January, there's a brand new compact SUV that we'll also be looking to bring out, being the Outlander Sport as well.
Okay, that's essentially replacing the ASX, am I right?
It would come into the same segment, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, the ASX is one of those lovely, what I call a solid offering, been around a long time. I mean, I don't think you sell massive numbers, but it's a solid performer for you guys.
So when ASX was first launched around 2010, 2011, it was arguably one of the best-selling SUVs of its time.
Yeah.
And of course, over the years, it's sort of gone through various lifestyle changes in terms of facelifts and so on. But I think we are reaching a point where the platform needs to be changed, and a new platform from developing SUVs is now being extended into that sort of compact SUV range for the brand, and that's where we have the Outlander Sport coming from. So we're quite happy with the legacy that the ASX left for us in that segment in terms of its product quality and how consumers knew our vehicles to be within those segments. And now when you start bringing the new vehicles like Outlander Sport, of course they are looking to offer a lot more tech and fresh new designs that speaks to what consumers are looking at in today's day and age, which we're quite excited to bring to the market.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Now let's just go back on one other. You mentioned the Evos, right? The Evo 10, I think, was the last one.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to see another one?
I think the days of seeing sedans in mass produced as you used to before are behind us. They're not a function of us as Mitsubishi not wanting to do it, but really driven by market demand.
Right.
The market is in this day and age more attracted towards SUVs of a 0 all the way up until FSUV, and also then your LCVs as well, which is your pickup. So as a function of that, I think production is now leaning towards more SUVs coming on stream for the brand, and not so much going into the sedans anymore. So I think it will be difficult to convince MMC at this stage to go back into sedans.
We need something, right?
I think what you are trying to speak to is the fact that you need heritage in brands.
100%.
Because in as much as we fall in love with technology and the rest of it, there's the heart aspect around buying a vehicle. and it's that you speak to, the nostalgia, right?
Absolutely agree.
But we didn't just have it in Lancers,
Yeah.
right? We had it in Pajero as well.
Well-
And there's something about taking a rugged SUV into the bush that's really capable, and enjoying your vehicle into the bush, and also then coming on road and still having a pleasant driving experience as well.
Correct. And I mean,
Don't take anything away from that.
no, Pajero at East Africa Safari into Dakar has got a history.
Yeah.
Now, what's happening on Pajero's side?
So by 2026, we'll probably see a new Pajero Sport come out.
Okay.
The nameplate is still to be confirmed as to what it will be called at the point in time. But in terms of our flagship 7-seat robust SUV, we're looking at a new one to be launched in 2026. But I would remind you that if you look at where we were from a product range perspective, in 2021 it was, we launched the Eclipse Cross, we launched the facelift Eclipse Cross there, we launched Expander in 2021, which is a complete new product for us. Last year we launched an all new Outlander, which is a complete new product for us as well. This year we're looking at launching Triton, and next year by January you'll have then the Outlander Sport coming into that S segment. So for a brand perspective, it's quite an exciting time for us, because we see a complete evolution in our model range as opposed to what you are used to in previous years. And the design language is certainly advanced from what you're accustomed to from Mitsubishi, and you can see the lines are much more slicker and much more attractive, as it were.
Quite aggressive lines on a lot of them, which speaks again, and especially if you're looking at off-road oriented vehicles, you want them to look aggressive.
Aggressive and capable. The dynamic shield is as much for practicality reasons that you have in the front of vehicles as it is for aesthetic reasons as well.
Fantastic. Tato, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Alan.
Really appreciate, and I'll see you at the launch.
See you at the launch.